Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to another video. Um, I just realized that my volume or my mic was not on, so I had to do a little voiceover. I just be forgetting to turn the mic on. But yeah, the topic of the video was, why do good women endorse ratchet women? That's basically what I was saying right here. And my opinion on that is, it's not that we endorse them, it's just we like a little ratchetness. What's wrong with a little ratchetness? Nothing's wrong with that. You can still be a good woman. I like a little ratchetness. I like ratchetness to a certain extent, not too crazy, but enough where I'm not overdoing it. 'Cause you can definitely overdo ratchetness for sure. I see nothing wrong with being ratchet. It's okay. Just not too much, not too much. But yeah, that's basically what I was saying right here. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I was showing y'all right here that I got me some pickles. Nice little dill pickle. I mean, a nice little cool drink. And yeah, let's get into the video. My apologies. But let's get into it. Why do good women endorse ratchet women? Let's get to it.
Support of a massive group that participates in ratchet behavior and ratchet thinking. Now, white, Asian, and Hispanic, they got ratchet people, but you had to go away from the group.
What? Yeah, they do have ratchet people, but they people be hanging out with our people though. That's the crazy part. It be like, you see like one or two white girls, one or two Mexican girls. Probably not even that. Probably just one in the group with black girls. Like 9, 10 black girls and one other race. You never see more than one other race though. Like you never see a white girl and a Mexican girl with 9, 10 black girls. You'll never see that.
To do that, they don't house. Not true. They don't.
Wait, hold up.
They're in ratchet thinking. Now, white, Asian, and Hispanic, they got ratchet people, but you had to go away from the group to do that. They don't house. Not true. They don't nurture that. The black community, the massive group, accepts it and nurtures it. It's totally backwards. Rather than sending the.
I don't think we nurture it. I just think it's our roots. We was gyrating. Our ancestors was gyrating back then. Like, come on now, it's just in our roots. It's planted in us.
Ratchets away. The massive black groups bring the ratchets. There's a safe space for them. When they're confronted, you look like the minority because you are the minority that confronts that culture, and they're the majority. This is the only group, this is the culture where the ratchets has the power socially. The nerds, the high value minded people. When I'm talking about high values, I'm talking about pro-social values, generosity, respect, honor, faithfulness, kindness. I'm talking about community. High values your way of being. The people like us, we in the black community are the rejects. In other groups, the ratchets are the rejects. In other groups, that's for entertainment for them. They go home doing the right thing. The smart people are
what's the right thing?
Elevated because they know.
What is the right thing when they go home? When them other races go home, let me know what's the right thing. And don't say catering to their man. Don't ask to do that because a lot of black women do that too. We go home after being ratchet and come home and do the right thing, if that's what she's talking about.
They're the key to our progress. In our group, the smart ones are rejected, and they think you trying to oppress them. It's interesting. You so backwards. You think we trying to oppress you?
Okay.
She's Dominican, brother.
It's part truth, part. I was about to be like
Listen around.
I think it's part true, part delusion.
That's all I got for her.
Like what?
I just hate it. Like, and I understand because if I'm being real, if I was 20 years old and I look back at my real life at 20 years old and they would have gave me, $5 million to rap about killing people, I would have did it.
Facts.
Right?
Exactly. Who wouldn't?
So, I'm grateful that didn't happen, right? Because now I'm able to do things in a different way, in a different light, with a different mindset.
Facts.
But they know who they're picking when they're empowering these people. They're picking the people who don't have anything. They're picking the people who came up from these terrible areas. And the worst thing is, the only validation that they get is us. Even though they pick them, we co-sign them and we help create their value.
We do. Okay, so let's say that's the problem. Is the solution to that, is that like we just start openly like just projecting? Yeah, like blackballing these. Do we just say if it's a rapper or a singer or whatever? Do we just like say, hey, we're boycotting their music? Do we take a stand like that, or should we be loud and proud on social media and be like, nah, this?
I say no, because it's a part of our history. Like, rap, that's a part of our culture. Like, that's just who we are. We can't boycott something that we are. I mean, to a certain extent, but because that's just like if rappers were rapping about killing kids and stuff. We'd be like, oh yeah, no. But if they rapping about bitches shaking ass and throwing money in the club and getting litty, we all for it. So it's like
This don't represent us. Fuck the bullshit. Like what's like? What do you think is like the most?
You don't think that happens though?
I do think it happens, but I don't know how effective it is. So I'm just wondering, like, what's the most effective way of like quieting those people?
I feel like the most effective way in our community is that we slow your money down. I think that's all we care about. Is we seen how much you're making right now. We see the possibility of where you can go, but being that it's affecting our community and our look, we try to slow it down. I don't think we ever try to stop it.
Yeah,
I think the thing is, we don't want this person to get ahead for that reason. That's how I feel.
But I think you need a leader to do that, though.
Well, I mean, you have somebody, and I'm not saying that this is the leader, but you have somebody who's taking a step that way, is Kendrick Lamar, right? He's taking a step in that direction, right?
No, Alan hates to hear that.
And he's the one that's saying, like, listen, I'm exposing the culture vulture. I'm exposing the rappers who are not being progressive for us as a community, and I don't like it, and I never liked it, and I've been very vocal about me not liking it because they not like us, right? Had to do that, and I do think that he's taking a step in that direction.
Are there any other rappers that are as big as him who have a similar?
Now J. Cole is more like.
Yeah, I was about to say. All right, yeah, I'm back. It's a lot of distractions going on, but yeah, it's good.
I'm just chilling. I'm not with the drama.
It's more removed.
Yeah, and he's more so. J. Cole is more so on like a self.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Now J. Cole is more like I'm just.
Are there any other rappers that are as big as him who?
So, my opinion on that, I don't think Kendrick Lamar is an inspirational rapper to me. He is not. Like, I feel like he hasn't done anything that makes me personally want to get up and be like, yeah, Kendrick. Honestly, I feel like rappers who've done stuff that, for the community, that actually made the people want to get up and be like, yeah, and represent them. I say Tupac number 1, and then I say J. Cole number 2 for sure. Not saying that J. Cole made people like want to get up and march, but like he has messages definitely in his songs that's towards women, that's towards men, and that's towards children. He just don't get his light shine as much as it should be. I'm trying to think who else. It's a lot of underground rappers. I just don't know their names. There's so many, but I just don't know their names. Okay.
have a similar.
Now J. Cole is more like, I'm just chilling. I'm not with the drama.
Remove.
Yeah, and he's more so. J. Cole is more so on like a self-discovery, self-worth, empowerment type of thing. I don't know. Maybe, but because if he was,
he would have been in that beef.
And the reason why Kendrick had a problem with him was because you didn't like this nigga the same way I didn't like that nigga. You just did a song and a tour with that nigga, so what, you need some money too? Because money can...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was weird. J. Cole dissing Drake because Kendrick was doing it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was a bad turn for him. That was a bad... Why would you do that? If you know that was your friend and y'all have some type of problem, that's weird. That was definitely some bandwagon hopping for sure.
By me, that's how I took Kendrick's whole approach.
I took Kendrick as an activist and J. Cole as a conformer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, I agree. And the activist who was once a friend of the person who became a conformer, let him know that you're on a chopping block too, and that nigga said, "I'm sorry."
So he checked him.
Yeah.
But you should know that. Like, why are you talking stuff? And it has nothing to do with you, my guy. Weird. That's like a long-term friendship, and your friend have beef with a friend. Well, that's not really a friend, but then you know what? Let me throw my 2 cents in it. That's like that. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
And he was coachable. He was checked him and he was coachable.
They canceled J. Cole?
But it was, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was ever canceled. I think it was, we slowed your money down by not supporting you.
Facts.
It's never canceled.
Yep. I definitely agree. It was never a cancel. They definitely slowed his money down. For sure.
I don't think you're
That's why sometimes it's okay to just be quiet.
In the black community, unless you do something heinous. Actually, not even heinous. Because you got
always a redemption story.
Yeah, there's a Bill Cosby, there's a Diddy, regardless of what he did or what he whatever he didn't do.
Not Kelly. I was jamming it today at the house.
Music,
But I think a solution, and this has always been my approach, and I hope that in my lifetime I'm one of the people to carry this out, or at least witness, and I hate this because I hate the fact that we have to go to white banks to get money. Like, and I don't like that, and I never did. But the fact that we don't fund our own operations is the reason why we have niggas acting out of character. That's what right? Didn't we just say that? So we need to have a solution for me, or from my perspective, would be, hey, Sony, guess what? I'm opening up my own label. I'm going to fund my own artists. I'm going to make my own artists popular in a smaller area. Maybe I start regional. And now they get pop. And now with social media, it'd be so much easier.
First of all, it's already a lot of... excuse me. It's already a lot of people, celebrities, let me not say people, certain celebrities, I can't think of them at the top of my dome, that already tried to start black banks. And that did not work. Like, I think it's like 2 of them that I know of. They started a bank that was like basically for our people. And it's not as popular as it should be. I mean, I don't know. It's like y'all put it out there, but it's not doing good as it should be. So that's kind of weird.
It'd be so much easier to be a real powerhouse label that's producing progressive music for our communities.
You have to have like-minded people.
Yeah, but you have
like a team. Yeah.
Like, imagine if you could find a younger version of Kendrick, or Corday, who's a conscious rapper, or just there's a bunch of...
You know where you find them? On YouTube. Content creators. That's where you find them. Clock that.
Different types of conscious rappers. And we just start to say, you know what? For me, it's not about the money. I got the money, right? I want to make enough money to keep the business afloat, but I'm not looking for this to be profitable. I'm looking for this to be impactful, right? And then that's when you can start to see changes. But right now, if I'm looking for everything from P&L sheet, I'm more likely than not never to jump into something that's going to progress our culture, because the biggest profit is the destruction of our culture.
You know what? And I only know this because he's, I guess, a friend of the family or whatever. But right now, and you know this, you were sitting at the table at the awards thing. Right now, like, your money can grow so much faster on the Jamaican stock exchange than it can
in America,
on the one here in the States. And I think that if we want to find better ways for our money to proliferate, it may be doing it in other countries. You know, it may be worth it because, one, we can build their economies, and a lot of our people we know are Caribbean. Damn near all the people I know here is a Dominican, a Jamaican, and a Haitian, you know. But it builds their economy, but it also builds our own economies here. You know, so even just considering
how does it build our economies here? It builds your platform of what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do it somewhere else, it's like, okay, you know what? Of course they're gonna like it. They like what we do in America. Of course they're gonna support and do this and do that. But when you trying to do that over here, after you did it over there, it's like, nah. For some reason, in America, we have that issue where if something is done somewhere else and then try to bring it here to do it, it's like, oh no. Hey y'all, well, right here I just realized again that the mic was off. Like, I gotta just leave it on. I keep turning it off. But this lady was talking about nothing. Basically, like almost the rest of this video, they were talking about nothing. They got off subject and just was rambling about other stuff. So yeah, just sit in. I don't even know why I let it like keep playing over like this, but I should have just stopped it. But they were just talking about nothing the whole time. Just sitting here eating my pickle, drinking my drink. It's funny because I be so funny when I be looking at myself. But yeah, practice makes perfect. Keep going. Yeah, and then it's gonna start back right here. Yeah.
Great. Until there's 4 of you, and on that fifth person's ready to sell. That fifth person is done with the plan. The fifth person can't afford to stick with the plan. I think that's what constantly happens, where somebody on your team kind of turncoats and...
Well, it can't afford it. I don't know if they're turncoat.
You know what? That happens in
regular business.
business. And you know what? It's like maybe you don't see the long-term play, and that's fine, right? Like, there's countless stories.
You ain't getting that money back.
There's countless, because you might have 1 or 2 people that don't see the long-term vision.
No matter what, we're not going to stop the process. No matter
to you, right? Because
I'm saying it's
right,
definitely.
It's not just going to take Aaron's word for it, right? Because like now
you can go Google.
Okay,
Alright, yeah, that's the end of this video because they done got way off topic. The topic was, why do good women endure ratchet women? They talked about it for like maybe 5 minutes, but they done got way off topic. Now you're talking about businesses in Africa or Jamaica.
Right? Like, standing the vision. Yeah. They're just following for the moment. And that's the difference, because when somebody understands...
Yeah, that's the end of that, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.